Guys, video this week, kind of a mental health check. You know, we're starting this forum so that we can get some support for our weight loss. You know, Ashley talked about in her video how she felt like the more weight she lost, the less people supported her. And I gotta say that I kind of feel the same way. I feel like, people kind of jealous when you start to lose weight, but I don't think what they understand is that they don't get to see you every second of the day, so they don't know how hard you're working. You know, it's kind of one of those fat jealous things, oh, you're losing weight, no, I'm not losing weight. Well, you know what, I'm working my ass off. I'm doing what I can to lose weight and make my life healthier, blah, blah, blah. Well, my kind of mental health thing right now is I bite off more than I can chew a lot. I absolutely take on more than I can handle, and I think I make a lot of rash decisions as far as work goes, because I feel like at the time I can do things, and then situations start to change, and then I realize that when I'm in the middle of this, maelstrom of negative and things are going badly, I realize I made a bad decision. I definitely bit off more than I can chew, and I'm choking in it. And I don't want anybody to think that in the face of something difficult that I just give up. I have to see it through, but I think the best thing for me is realizing that I have done those things, and I don't want to burn bridges or anything, but I am so overwhelmed, and I understand that because I am a new RN, that's very common. When you're in nursing school, they don't tell you about a lot of the things that you have to go through and that you have to do. They give you the knowledge you need to nurse. They don't give you they don't give you the tools you need to be a nurse and a mother and balance all of that. And I think that there's really not a whole lot of insight into how hard it is to balance having a life and having a family and trying to work, especially the hours and the way the hospital wants you to work. You don't get off holidays. You don't get to have a normal work schedule. I wouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people work Monday through Friday, and a lot of them have the weekends off, and it is really hard to go to functions. That people set up families and such, because they don't understand that you have to work a weekend, 2 weekend shifts a month when you work at the hospital. And when I work nights, and I'm full time, so I have to have 2 on-call shifts a month. So I'm working every other Wednesday on call, or I am on call, and they usually do call me in because our acuity is really high, so we have to have more nurses on the floor. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night I'm working, and I sleep all day Friday until I have to go to work, all day Saturday until I have to go to work, and half of Sunday. And the only reason I sleep half of Sunday is so that I can fall asleep on Monday, or Sunday night, so that Monday morning I can get up with my baby. He doesn't understand that Mommy's tired, and and I feel like my husband is bearing a lot of that responsibility on the weekends, and and I don't get to see him much. And I think that's putting a strain on our relationship. It makes it hard, and even with our good communication and our flexibility, it's just too hard for us. He's a teacher Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 3:30, 3:45ish, 4 o'clock sometimes, and he's going to start tutoring, and that's twice a week. they're going to start doing tax tests, and he's going to be so super stressed, and then I'm going to be super stressed on top of that, and we're not going to get to enjoy our son's first Thanksgiving, his Halloween. We're not going to enjoy his Christmas because I'm probably going to have to work, and I don't want to miss that. I don't want to miss my child growing up for work. Work's important, it's our livelihood, but it's not worth missing your child's youth. I mean, he's only 8 months old. I don't want to look back in 20 years and say, oh, wish I would have been there. Pictures are great, but if you're not experiencing it, it's not worth it. So I'm looking into some alternatives for that. I want to enjoy my life, and I want to enjoy my family, and if I have to take a small cut in pay, I'll do it. I can deal with a lot, but when my family starts to suffer, I can't handle it anymore. And I don't know if you can tell, but you see all of this, that's stress. That's not skincare. I moisturize and I wash my face and I do my regimen. This is all stress. And nobody said nursing was going to be easy. I'm not saying that I got this big shock like I thought it was going to be, but it's not necessarily the job itself. I mean, that is a little bit of it. It is the hours, and it's the fact that I don't get to see my family. And with all the stress and with all the turmoil going on, I don't feel like I can take care of myself very well that way. I'm not eating well because I am stressed. Sometimes I don't eat at all, and sometimes I gorge, which neither is good. You need that good source of all your nutrients, and you need it on a regular basis, and it needs to be consistent, because starving and gorging is only going to set your body off. It's not going to help you in any way. And I'm hoping that by kind of voicing my frustration and so you guys know kind of what I'm going through, you'll have some insight into a lot of the things that I'm going through. And and like Ashley said, we're looking for support. We're looking for people who either know what we're going through, have been through it, maybe are going through some things of their own and can relate to the stress and can relate to the things that we are going through. So I hope that I can get back on track. I do feel like I'm on the right path, and that by realizing that I'm having this problem, that I can avoid going down a path I don't want to, and that will just end up delaying my goals. And you guys are along for the ride. I'm along for the ride, obviously. So let's work through it together, and I hope that I'm not regretting this decision in a couple of months. Alright, well, here it all goes.